Hey guys, welcome back. मेरा नाम है अदनान सोहेल और मेरे साथ हैं
सोहेब हसन।
थैंक यू सो मच कि आज आप दोबारा हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं इस लाइव सेशन के अंदर एंड दिस वाज ऑन द रिक्वेस्ट ऑफ समवन। यूएई के अंदर पिछले दिनों सोहेब ने एक वीडियो प्रोड्यूस की है कि कौन से डिफरेंट जॉब पोर्टल्स हैं जिनको आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। नाउ पीपल आर आस्किंग क्वेश्चन दैट व्हाट इज द इफेक्टिव यूज। क्या वाकई ही जॉब पोर्टल्स को इस्तेमाल करने से आपको जॉब मिलती है या नहीं मिलती है? So we thought come in front of you and answer all of your questions. This is a live session. अगर आप सब्सक्राइब कर लें हमारे चैनल्स को, YouTube के ऊपर अदनान सोहेल है मेरा चैनल और सोहेब का चैनल है UAE Jobs and Career सोहेब हसन। आप सब्सक्राइब कर लें and after that you will be in a position to send us your comments and ask questions. So start करते हैं जी आज का। Welcome सोहेब।
Thank you, Adnan. And I think we did receive few requests. People were asking if we can do this session in English. So let's begin in English, and as we go along, and if people they would ask for us to switch back to Urdu or our own language, and if we see like we don't have many people who only understand English, then we'll switch back to Urdu. So the very first thing which is important is that you need to subscribe to the channel to participate in the live chat. So we'll be taking your live questions related to UAE job portals and job portals in general, wherever you are based out right now in Africa, in Asia, or in the Europe, or in the West, wherever you are, you can ask questions, the related question, relevant questions to the job portals, and we're going to help you. We're going to answer you. Obviously, we have some questions already prepared, which you have asked in the past, and especially on the recent post, which we did on our LinkedIn accounts. So feel free to drop your questions in the comments below, and for the comments, to join the live chat, to participate in the live chat, to ask questions, please subscribe the channel and then just refresh the page, and then you are good to go to participate in the live chat. Adnan.
Awesome.
Great. The very first thing, job portals, I think it's the homeland for the job seekers to find the job opportunities. I'm holding my mobile phone so I can see your questions in case you are putting any questions in the live chat. So feel free to drop question, and from time to time, I'll take your questions in this live broadcast.
Exactly.
Job portals are the home ground
it's a
for
forest.
The job seekers.
It's a mess. There are a lot of job portals, and honestly speaking, if I think that okay, if I'm a job seeker, what I will do, which job portal should I pick in order to search my job?
Right.
So this is, I believe, the very first question, that what is the importance? Do we have to create our profile on all the job portals, or there is only one specific, a couple of where we should go? So let's start with your answer. What are your thoughts?
In my opinion, as a job seeker, because you're looking out for job opportunities, so you better need to tap into each and every single job portal, because I made one post on my LinkedIn account just recently, last week, that every employer is not using every single job portal. They are using multiple job portals, maybe because of the budget constraint. Maybe they have, then there are some industry specific portals. So they would not use the services of other portals. Instead, they would go for that very specific industry or sector specific job portal. So as a job seeker, you need to make your account across all the job portals. Obviously, we're going to talk a little more in detail during this broadcast, how you can make your profile impressive, and how you can add more keywords, how you can stand out, how you can appear in the search filters. But to answer your question, yes, as a job seeker, you need to capitalize, you need to optimize all the job portals which are available in the market, and do a basic research. If you're looking out for job opportunities in Dubai, just Google the top UAE job portals. And obviously on my channel, you can find a video where I listed 12 different job portals that I suggested to all the potential job seekers who are coming to the UAE, or those who are inside the UAE, that they should make their accounts on, and they can start searching. Then if people are like moving to Europe or in different markets, how we can then identify different portals, the job portals?
So I will recommend, and generally I tell people that, first of all, you need to see what is the size of your job portal. How many people are reaching to that job portal every day, whether they are the job seeker, they are the potential buyer. Buyer means that you're employers.
Right.
So I believe that currently LinkedIn is a mess. Like it's a massive thing that every day people go there. Over 700 million people are registered user, and they like 50-60% people every day, they come on LinkedIn and they use it. So my personal suggestion will be that regardless the country, the town, the city, the job, the industry you are moving. So first and most important thing is your LinkedIn. Go, if you have not created your profile right now, just go on the LinkedIn. It's very simple. Simply as you create your Facebook or any other account, you need to create your account, because that's a mine, that's a gold mine for job seekers. So yes, that's the first one.
All right, okay.
Now, after that, you need to think that, okay, if any particular territory is having some specific, like for example, you want to do a job in oil and gas sector, or there are some job portal exclusive for education industry, right? Same is about the medical industry. So
banking.
You need to banking industry, and then about the country to country. For Europe, probably could be some different one. Same is about the Asia, if you're talking about India and Pakistan, if you're talking about here in Middle East. So it can vary, but the most important thing, one single where you must be there, that's the LinkedIn.
Right. So this is basically the anchor for the job seeker.
Oh my goodness! And yes, I never thought about this thing, that LinkedIn will have become so much important.
Exactly. And I think employers are stalking, like before you even submit your application, and once the employers or the recruiters, they are looking at your profile, they will go and check first your LinkedIn account. You know, how complete it is, and obviously we're going to talk on the completeness of the job portals, the profile as well. But I think the employers, like in a positive way, stalking is usually considered like it might has a negative connotation. But stalking in a way, like they are going to see what kind of person you are, you know, your profile. What else do you do on the social media? Because eventually you're going to work with the company, and they want to know what do you do on the social media. So make sure that your LinkedIn profile is 100% complete, and also your activity, it should like give away some positive vibes when the recruiter, they are looking at the LinkedIn profile.
I heard that a couple of days ago, someone asked me that who gave this right to employers to go and check our social media, because they are not going to hire us what we are on social media. So I personally believe that employer, like as a buyer, if you want to buy something, you want to buy a mobile phone, you have all the rights to go and check its reviews, people feedback, you go and see its dummy, its tutorials, and all these things.
Right.
So similar is that your employer is going to hire you. The company is going to put faith in you. They want to hire you. They're going to invest in you, invest to give you a visa, invest to give you job opportunity,
make you
invest
part
to
of
give
their
you
family
part
culture.
of their family. Exactly. So they have every right to go and check what kind of person you are. Are you going to fit into their culture, or you do not fit into their culture?
It's just like a reference check, Adnan. It's just like a reference check. I'm going to check in case you guys have any questions. Please feel free to drop in the live chat below. But to drop the question, just make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you can participate in the chat. So we have Sohaib Gori. So let's begin with your question. Obviously, we have some set of questions that we are going to answer in today's live broadcast. And if you would like to ask a question, just hit the subscribe button and then participate in the live chat and ask your question. So the question we have is from Joe. He's asking, I'm a travel consultant based out in Dubai, and I am mostly using LinkedIn, which is very good, Beth and Indeed, two and the job portals in the UAE, mostly, but still couldn't get job until now. Don't know it's because of the market situation, or is there any other reason? But I think the travel industry is picking up.
We have seen in the last at least 3 to 4 months, we are continuously seeing the borders are opening up. Situation of COVID is getting better in different parts of the world, and especially if you talk about here in UAE, almost 90% population is already vaccinated, and anyone can come. Like the flights are now open.
Right, that's great. And one tip, in case you are looking out for opportunities in the travel industry, like job portals are good, they are essential, they help you in your job searching. But what also you can do is get a list of all the travel companies. I don't want to mention any name, but there are like maybe tens of travel agencies here. For example, if I could mention it, the Holiday Factory, and so on and so forth. So if you get like 15, 20 different companies within the travel sector, within the travel industry, you can then, what you can do is to set up your account on all these travel websites, travel industry, these companies on the career portal. And sometime what we have been just discussing is that not every company will post jobs on the job portal. So sometimes they would just use their own career portal and they will just upload the positions on their own website. So you can find out, and you'll be surprised. There are positions which might be available, but on the company's website.
Exactly.
In particularly.
Exactly. Particular, just one thing to add here in the question of Sohaib, that he's asking that he's using 3 big platforms like LinkedIn, Bait, and Indeed, but still he's not getting a job. Look, to get a job, it's not just based on that which kind of portals you are using. All right. So it's similar that you are sitting in your home country and now you have 3 options to go to Canada, to UK, or come to Dubai. Right? So you need to choose that which country you want to go. So in order to get a job, first of all, you have to go in that country. So in order to get a job from any portal, first of all, you have to be on the portals.
All right.
Second thing, in order to get the job, eligibility criteria is not just to be on the portal, but eligibility criteria is that you need to understand if you are right fit for that job. You need to understand if you are going to help that company. You need to understand from the point of view of the recruiter that why they should hire you.
Exactly.
So often I use in my public speaking, in my presentation skills, different courses, one terminology, WIFM, what in it for me. When employer is going to hire you, they see on your profile that what in it for me means that company, why they should hire you is question mark. So maybe you are underqualified, maybe you are overqualified, maybe you're expecting more salary, maybe the industry which you are targeting, that's not the right industry. So there are various reasons that you are not getting any response.
Exactly.
So you need to work on those. Feel free, on my channel, you can find a lot of content. Sohaib's having a lot of content on his channel. If you want to see it, that will be helpful in order to get a response.
Exactly. And sometimes, when we start to create our profiles across all these portals, profile completeness is very, very important.
I totally agree.
On one side, on one portal, you might see different tabs, different fields, and on the other portal, you get to see different tabs. Sometimes the terminology is different, sometimes the layout is different, and sometimes some fields are mandatory on one portal and the same field are not mandatory on the other portal.
True.
All right. So when it comes to the profile completeness, obviously it's a full package. I usually call it. It's a full package that you have to present to the company or to the job that you're applying for. Thank you very much, Geeta Sharma, for your thumbs up. Thank you very much for enjoying the broadcast. And guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Just make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you can participate in the live chat. About profile completeness is very, very important, obviously, but sometimes if we don't have an answer to a particular field, do you still suggest that still we need to include something in there because it might be picked in the search filter, search results, and especially when it comes to those open-ended questions like, tell us about a time where you have dealt such kind of situation, or about a project, or about a situation where you have used your some particular skill, or you have used this kind of software. So I believe this is an opportunity as an applicant, as a job seeker, for you to explain to the employer that yes, you have those skills. But normally as a job seeker, I think we tend to avoid this. We think that maybe the employer, they are not going to look at this section, and they have just put these questions there just for the formality. So how do you see this part when it comes to profile completeness, and especially when the employer is asking these questions, giving the job seekers the opportunity to come and speak and to take the lead and to compete? And
so you rightly identified. I will give you here 3 things that why your profile on any platform, it should be 100% complete. Number 1 thing is this: every platform is having its mandatory fields which you must need to complete, and some are optional one. I will strongly recommend you even to complete optional one, right? The reason is this: as rightly you have identified that you will appear in different searches, whether it's the Google search or on that particular platform, if someone wants to put any keywords. So completing the summary, completing some additional sections are why you are looking for this job or why you are fit for this job. It's going to help you to stand out from the crowd. The reason is this, that everyone try to avoid those. So if you will not avoid that and you will put information for those sections, it means that you are already making yourself stand out of the crowd. You are different than other people. The second important thing is this: attention to detail. Look, if you want to see that some person, I want to hire someone, if already the person is not even having interest to complete the section, what I will as an employer understand about that person? I will definitely say that maybe this person is not suitable for this. He's not serious. He's not having enough even time to complete his application. to send. In a session before that, you talked about proposal.
Yes.
So when you're writing your profile, it's a sort of proposal. You are sending a proposal. You want to marry someone. Without ring, how you can marry? So you need to make a complete package that if you want to send that proposal.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very much important. Yeah.
And I think this shows your eagerness as well, that you are taking the lead, you're filling all the information which is required. We're going to give you a special quick tip here now before we proceed, but just
let's see that how many people are sending here questions.
Yeah. So because I don't want to miss your questions as well. So if you're watching this right now on Adnan Sohail's YouTube channel, feel free to drop your questions in the comments below, and just make sure that you subscribe to the channel before participating in the live chat. And if you're watching on Sohaib Hasan's channel, feel free to drop your question in the live chat, and just make sure that you have subscribed to the channel.
We are on multiple. We are on Facebook, and as well as we are on YouTube. So feel free to drop us a question. Your question should be pretty much comprehensive and related to the topic of today. I can understand that everyone is looking for a job. So the answer that can you get a job is a very brief and quick answer. Yes, you can get a job, but you have to make yourself eligible and you have to prepare for that one.
That's right. All right. So this is a tip for all of you in case you're looking out for job opportunity. That job portal is not just meant for your job application that you just have to go there, search for jobs and apply and apply and apply. What you can also do is to explore different sections of the job portals. Now, you might be surprised that, Adnan, there are now sections for the companies and for the employers.
Yeah.
As a potential job seeker, I can take informed decisions.
True.
So I would go in different sections. So obviously, every job portal, as I mentioned, has different terminology. To some are saying like companies, some are employers, or a list of companies. So just find out the employer section or the company section, and you're gonna get a lot of information there as per the company information, or you get to see the reviews, what people they have been talking about that particular company. Sometimes there are good reviews, sometimes there are bad reviews, sometimes there's an opportunity in one job portal and you think that you would apply for that job. But then once you get to see those reviews and you would like, oh, maybe there are delay in the salaries, or maybe the culture is, blah, 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 what people have been talking about that particular company. So you might take a step back rather than applying, getting the job, and then making your career miserable for the initial 2 to 3 or even 2 or 3 months, and then again thinking that I should quit this job and look for another job. So exploring different sections of the job portal is very, very important. So
that's
one
amazing.
Is the company side and other is the blog. As an applicant, you also need to stay up to date with the latest information, and career portals, job portals give you this information with different articles and techniques and how you can use the keywords. And you might be surprised, there are useful articles which you will find on these job portals, where the companies or the portals themselves, they are talking about how you can rank in our algorithm, how you can rank or how you can appear in the search filters. But as an applicant, yes, our main focus is to submit application, search for jobs and submit the application, but we hardly go in the blog section and search for those sections. And you might get sometime different data.
Spot on.
Useful.
That's a very amazing tip, and correctly you are saying that most of the people, I have seen that even when we were the job seekers, that we just, first of all, we do not make it sure that we are on maximum platforms. This is one of the mistakes we people do.
Rather, it's pretty easy. You just have to copy paste it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Same profile.
I will suggest that go on the maximum. As many places you will be, that many chances will be that you are appearing in the job when the recruiters are searching a relevant person. Number one. Second mistake is people sometimes just create the account, they put their name and their photo, and then they miss most of the sections. Some sections are very much important, like about yourself, who you are, why they should hire you. That's your 30-second, which we call the elevator pitch. First 3 to 4 lines, please make a better use of that so the employer can understand. Then about your education, about your experience, and what did you do in your last job? What were your achievements? So please make it sure that at least these few sections, like personal information, then your career summary or about section, then is your education, and then is about your experience, what you have done previously. These at least 4 sections you must complete it, regardless whatever kind of platform it is. Next thing is this, about your photo. I have seen that a lot of people, even they do not add photo on some platforms. They will do, and on other one they do not do. Look, the name which you are carrying, a lot of other people are having similar names. So how someone can know that this is the right person?
Exactly.
So again, I will say that possibly each and every section is important to complete. You must complete it. Salary range, on somewhere people are shy to write that. Why should I write the salary range? What I'm expecting?
This is important.
Oh my
field,
goodness!
by the
If
way.
I will write, I need $5,000, and they are having a budget of 10,000. Maybe they will not consider me, or maybe they will come with a lower salary package
Yes.
for me. It's not correct. The reason why they ask you to put your salary, that's just with the purpose that company wants to understand that if this is the right person to contact, and if we can 30%, 20% negotiate over the salary or not. For sure, if you are expecting $20,000 and company's budget is 7,000, they will not call you. But if you are expecting 20,000 and company's budget is 15,000, for sure they will call you, because 10 to 20, 30% there is a margin of negotiation. So complete every section wherever it is possible, including what salary you are expecting.
Exactly. And
what do you
Adnan,
say?
if you could also highlight a little bit on the keyword side. So, you rightly mentioned that all these sections of a job portal should be completed with up-to-date and the latest information.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when it comes to the keywords within the job portal, within the experience section, and they're writing about themselves, about their profile, and there are also sometimes in some job portals they are given that tab or that section where they can add the keywords. So how they can identify the new keywords? Obviously, you just don't have to copy paste from your CV, but exploring new keywords. So what could be the ways where they can explore some new keywords from the market, from different industry, and the keywords which are in demand right now that they should include, and how they can do that?
In life, whenever we want to become someone, we want to have a person in our mind, or a picture, or a vision.
Right.
We make some ideals that I want to become like this
like
person.
that.
I want to get this job. I want to move to this country. And then we see that what is best in that person. For example, if you want to become a CFO, or if you want to become a chief human resource officer. So this is now your vision. Now try to see who are the ideal people already who are having this job. All right.
Exactly.
Simply, you can go on LinkedIn and you can search chief human resource officers or CFOs, and then see that what kind of profile they have got, what type of keywords they have used in their profile. This is one way to find out keywords and then utilize those on your platform, your profile. Second thing is this: see what is the ideal role, what is that ideal job. Google the job description of that role.
Right.
And then it's better. I know that it's not good to print a lot of paper, because we want that we should be human, environment friendly.
Right.
But it's always good if you take a printout and then highlight, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the top, and then give its ranking, like these are my number 1, number 2, number 3. So then add those ranked 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, whatever number of keywords you will identify. And then over the passage of time, keep on changing it. Do not just make it once and then leave it for all your life. Keep on upgrading, keep on refreshing that. There are a lot of new business terminologies, a lot of new buzzwords are coming in the market. So you have to use those words.
Exactly. And what you also can do is to ask your friends or your relatives who are working in the same profession, or if you're moving to Dubai or you're going to Europe, and you're looking for a job as a Java developer or HR consultant, HR officer, web developer, you might have friends who are already working in that region. Ask them, what kind of keywords I should be using in my profile, in my job profile across these portals, so that you can make best use of these keywords to help your profile rank in the search results. Now, another mistake here, because we're talking about today the effective use of job portals. With me is Adnan Sohail, a good friend of mine, and myself, Sohaib Hasan. If you're watching us live right now, make sure to hit the subscribe button below, because we're bringing you some amazing sessions in the upcoming future as well, to help you in your job searching, and also to get you the best flair of your LinkedIn experience, and also how you can explore job opportunities across different markets, not just particularly in one region or in one market. Now, another mistake here is that when you use the job portals, and when you're using 8, 10, 15 different job portals, make sure that the CV that you are attaching to one job portal or across all these job portals, that you continuously updating that as well. Now, most of the time, we will update our profile,
Yeah.
the job profile or the job portal, the profile on the job portal, but we forget to update our CV, which
Upload the
has been
updated one.
exactly
Yeah.
the attached on the
True.
portal. Sometimes the contact number is changed, and sometimes the employer, they would just when they're looking out for different resources, so different job portals, they have different layout. And for example, say they are for IT consultant, and get a list, only the name is shown, then the experience, the skill sets, and download the CV. So rather they would go and read the job profile, they would just go and download the CV. And if you have put some new keywords in your profile, make sure you have those keywords. So every time, whenever you're uploading, whenever you are updating your job profile across any job portal, just make sure to re-upload your resume with those changes, just so in case the employer, they are downloading your profile, they have up-to-date version of your profile with all those keywords, with all those experience. I hope you're enjoying today's session. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions. To join the live chat, just make sure you hit the subscribe button and you can participate in the live chat. I'll take a quick look.
Let me say thank you to everyone who is already watching, and they are sending their feedback, that they are finding these sessions helpful. And that's exactly the purpose why we are here, to talk with you people, to support you, to help you out.
Exactly. So
we are open to use Urdu and Hindi language. If anyone is interested, or someone is throwing question, or someone wants us to talk any portion of our talk in a different language, we'll be more than happy to assist you.
So let us know in the comments. Said below just saying Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. We have Warda Iqbal. She's saying, thank you so much, both of you, for giving us good tips. Exactly. This is an important session, but also I highly appreciate that if this session can be introduced in the universities and the colleges, because they should be groomed there when they are studying. So let us know in the comments.
How about if you can request to all of you people who are watching to spread this video among your circle? I'm sure that it's going to be helpful for a lot of people.
Feel free to share the link of this live broadcast in your connections, in your network, and especially in your WhatsApp groups, because that's where I believe people are most active, and they immediately click on the link and then they can get the value of this session. All right, another thing which I have written here is about the job titles. So on LinkedIn, you can add different titles to help your profile look for those relevant roles in which you are looking out for opportunities. Now, can we do the same on the job portals, and how we can identify the relevant titles if someone is coming from the HR background or from the IT background, supply chain and logistics? So how we can identify these roles, and if we can add these roles across these job portals, or this facility is only available on LinkedIn. And then we will talk about the email alerts as well, which is very, very important. Don't go away, make sure you're watching.
I have personally seen that most of the job portals, they are giving an option to add your name, and under the name there is a tagline, or there is a title line. You have to, you can use those 120 to 150 characters effectively. Whether it's the LinkedIn, you can not only just put there, I've seen that people misuse that space when they just write, I'm seeking for a new job, I'm looking for a job. So please do not put that thing in your tagline. Rather, it will be great if you can write that who you are and how you can, what will make you a better candidate. For example, if you are from sales, so you can write, for example, it's my name, Adnan Sohail, and under that, I will write that I'm helping companies to increase their revenue 20 to 30%. All right. So it will be an immediate catch for the potential employer. They will see that, oh yeah, this is something that we are going to get if we will hire this person. So make an effective use of that one. On Bait, on NoCriGulf, as well as on Indeed, as well as on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, you will find everywhere there is a space for this tagline. It's super important. Please use that one. And moreover, as you were mentioning about the keywords, whatever potential role you are looking for, do understand that there are some variations of that titles. Right? So, for example, if it is a HR specialist, HR officer, HR executive, HR assistant, assistant HR manager. So try to use, I know, and totally I understand that when you go for that job, the roles could be slightly different based on its seniority, based on its how the work will be, our organization is expecting from that role. But it will be great if you can write those keywords in title or somewhere in your description.
All right.
Exactly. That's
Right.
going to help you a lot.
Great.
So you can use, the bottom line is this, you can
That we
use
can use.
multiple job titles.
Okay, great
Yeah.
tip, Adnan. We have some comments on your channel. Engineer Hilal is saying, hi, thank you very much. Aisha Usman is watching on LinkedIn, and she has commented, I have been searching of job through many job portals. Okay. She's looking out for job across different job portals. I have 3 masters, and most companies think most companies think that I'm overqualified with no job experience in the UAE.
Yeah.
Being overqualified.
True.
So I believe like she is in her home country and she's using different job portals. And whenever she's submitting the job applications, the employers, they might not be responding to her application, or she's not getting any response. And she thinks that most company, they might be thinking that she's overqualified because of no experience of UAE.
Yeah.
So the first thing is like, is UAE experience really counts to get a job in the UAE? I think yes, because for some particular jobs, if you're looking out for opportunities in the human resources, and employers might prefer somebody who has a good and sound knowledge of UAE labor laws. So if you talk about the construction engineers, so obviously here atmosphere is different. It's warm, it's hot here, and the materials, they might be different compared to your home country. If you're moving from Europe, if you're moving from Africa, or from any other part of the Asia, which is more tropical.
Exactly.
So employers, they feel more comfortable hiring someone who has a local experience. They already know, so they don't have to spend a lot of time. But this does not mean that you will not get a job. Every person who is here in the UAE, even myself and Adnan, you yourself, we came here with zero experience of the UAE.
True.
But there are ways to crack the opportunity. It's time taken, yes, but eventually you get there somehow. And the second part is that employer, they are not getting back to the application. We talked about this in our last broadcast. Because of the high competition here, because of some travel restrictions, some visa restrictions, and obviously the pool of applicants, which is readily available already inside in the UAE. Claudia Fernandez is saying, thank you for giving us your time and putting so much effort for the job seekers. Thank you very much, Claudia. Guys, if you have any relevant questions, we are coming back to your questions from time to time. Put that in the live chat below, and just don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can participate in the live chat.
Perfect. Just to add, in the comments, someone is asking about local experience. Well, just take a real life example. If you want to buy something, what you'll do, you will not blindly go and pick that thing. Definitely, first of all, you will do a little bit of your research work. And secondly, you will say that, for example, if you want to get your shirt tailored, you will not see that any tailor who is not having experience. You will try to see that, okay, this guy is having his shop or tailoring this setup since last 5 years, so I will go to that one. Similar is about the job one. Everyone likes that if someone is already having that industry, that role, that country's local experience. But again, as Sohaib rightly mentioned, that this is not going to stop you to get new opportunities. But you can play on that. Everyone's having some strengths and some weakness. For example, this is going to be count as your weakness that you do not have a local experience. But at the same time, you can have some strengths. And on that, if you do not have today, you can start to work on it, start to connect with people from that region, wherever you want to go and you want to work. Try to engage in conversation, do some informational interviews with those people to understand the culture of that country, that organization, and overall how the things are happening there. What is the choice of employer? Then see what kind of transferable skills you can bring with you. For example, we all know that communication skill is super important, right?
One of the keys.
Regardless that wherever you are, which country you are, which place you are, which role you are, which industry you were previously. So communication skill, play on that. Talk about your strengths. You are more a people person. In every organization, they want team players. They were looking for a people person who are good on emotional intelligence. They are having empathy, and they good to connect with other people. Just talk about those things.
To be honest, we never thought of even using the social media and live broadcast when I started.
Oh,
like
goodness.
5-6 years ago, if I go back to those videos, I look horrible. and I didn't even know how to edit the videos, how I can face the camera, how I will do all these technical things. So right now there's one laptop, there is camera, there's another laptop here, there are two mobile phones here, there is ring light here, there's one stand here, this complete back setup. Everything we have learned so far, and now we are in front of you. Our communication skills have, I would say, drastically improved. We have been connected with more and more people every now and then when we do these live broadcasts. We got the opportunity to upskill our confidence and a lot of different benefits. It's just for you to get out there in the market, in the digital space, and to use these platforms to not only to establish yourself as a brand, but to test your skills as well. So just to give a quick shout out, so we have Joab Gori, we have Said Baloch, Akram Ali is watching, and we have a couple of questions. Do you also have some questions that you?
Yeah, we have got a question from Javed. He's asking, I have observed that most of the organization representatives screening resume are young people with not so much experience. Most of them resume based their gut feelings or impression.
Right.
What to do and how to deal with this situation? Over to you.
Oh, no. See, always difficult questions. All right, because I was looking at my comments as well. So can we have, we have on the screen. So I had observed that most of the organization representative screening resumes are young people with not much experience. All right. I understand most of them is based on his gut feeling. All right. Sorry, from the recruiter hiring quite a few on their gut feeling and impression what to do in such situation. See, Javed, you don't know. The very first thing is that you don't know whether they are taking some informed decision or they are not taking an informed decision based on their gut feeling, or as you mentioned, based on the impression. But if you study HR, if you have taken some HR courses, you will come to know there are some biased decisions, there are some biased practices which are there. So we cannot just neglect that there are some practices which are biased. Yes, I agree to that, but we cannot believe, we cannot just 100% accept that every recruiter, every job seeker, every recruiter, every hiring manager, every employer is doing the same thing. No, it's not like that. The bottom line is that if you can prove yourself to be the right candidate, if you can prove yourself to be the best candidate, if you have the relevant keywords in your profile, if your job application is properly tailored, if you have established your brand, if you have a good network, if you can push your job application, see, everything counts a lot when it comes to the job searching. It's not just click and apply and then you claim and then you blame the HR or the recruiters or the hiring managers that because you are not getting any response on your job application for the volume of applications you have sent in the last few weeks or within a month, or you haven't got any opportunity up until now in the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, that the recruiters, they are biased, that the hiring managers, they are biased, or the company, why they are not hiring me. So the problem is on our side as an applicant. We need to make sure that on one thing, our strategy, our approach is 100% professional and that we are hopeful. And third, which again is the most important, is that to establish your network. In a lot of different ways, you can push your application. Now, I give you a quick tip here. If you're using these job portals, obviously today we are talking about the job portals, and we welcome any and all questions when it comes to the job portals in today's live broadcast. The tip for you is that if you have subscribed, if you have made your profile to, let's say, 10, 15 different job portals, identify the company section or the employer section, go in the company section. Adnan, this is, I would say, a genius tip. This is a very, very workable tip. By the way, Said, thank you very much for your comment. He commented that. So thank you for your tip. He has been following some tips and he has been quite lucky thus far. I wish you all the best in your upcoming interviews and in your job searching as well, exploring more opportunities. All right. So when you go in the job portal in the company section, here's now what you can do. You get a list of all the companies. In some job portals, you also get to see the list of the companies as per the industry, as per different sectors. So for example, you're looking out, or I'm looking out for opportunity in a banking sector. So rather, I would just go and type that I'm looking as a collection officer role or a finance manager role within that banking sector. I would rather do things differently, not only to explore more opportunities, but how I can think different. I can, come and compete with the other applicants. So I would go in the company section and I'll get a list of all the companies from that banking sector. So I got all the banks, I got all these financial institutes, investment companies and all those companies which are relevant within the banking sector, and I take those companies. So let's say I've got 25 to 30 different companies. Now what I'm going to do next is I will go and follow their LinkedIn pages. This is the very first thing that I'm going to do, because if I follow the companies, if I follow the relevant companies, if I follow the companies where I would like to work in, I get to see their relevant, up-to-date job posts and some other information projects in my newsfeed. So a lot of time you might be seeing cats and dog videos in your LinkedIn newsfeed is because you have been following these type of content, or you have engaged in these type of content in the past. So the very first thing you're going to do is to follow those companies which you have taken from these job portals, because these employers, these companies who are on the job portals, the list which you have got from these job portals are the active employers, or the employers who will be posting positions in the past because they have subscribed to those job portals. All right. So you get the list from different job portals, not just one job portal, but let's say you're focusing on just one job portal. So you get the list, you follow the company pages. The next you're going to do is to identify the HR from each and every single company. So let's say you have 25 companies, you have identified 25 different HRs that you can connect with. The next what you can also do is to connect with the technical person from that company, because as an HR, if you come and you send me a message and you talk about, hey, I have good skills in ASP.NET, PHP, Laravel, or jQuery, HTML, C++, C#, Python, and all those technicalities. If you're a mechanical engineer, civil engineer, electrical engineer, I may not comprehend your profile to the level if you would reach out to a technical person from the same company and you send him a message as well that, hey, look, this is my profile in the IT, this is what I've been doing in the past, and these are my projects, these are my achievements. I would love to work for your company. And recently I have seen some articles or some projects that you are developing across different regions, or some new innovative ideas, and you have one positions open on XYZ job portal, and I would love to share my profile. Is there a way that you can assist, or is there a way that you can, and then you might reach out to me, the HR, hey, look at this person's profile. It happens. A lot of you might be thinking, no, it doesn't happen because you don't do this practice. So it has never worked for you. So all these tips, all these things are workable if you really apply. So get the list from the job portals, follow them on LinkedIn, follow these company pages, set the email alerts, and then connect with not only with the HRs, but with the technical persons, with the department that you would eventually be working in with these people. So these, I think, are some key tips in case you are exploring the job portals and want to know more about the prospects within the job portal.
Amazing. So bottom line is this, just to answer the question of Javed, which you asked, we cannot anticipate that if the person who is screening your resume is well qualified, well experienced or not. As a job seeker, always you have to put this trust that there is a human being who is going to review your CV, and there are likely chances of error always. Just think, what is the life of a recruiter? Every day for 3, 4, 5 jobs, they have to screen 400, 500 CVs. And then most of the CVs comes to a human hand after ATS. So you cannot blame that it was just because of someone's gut feeling. Maybe your profile is not meeting, is not optimized, customized, is not meeting the job criteria. And on the initial stage, when applicant tracking system was filtering, it is wiped out already. So we cannot just say that it was the error of a human. And then another thing which always I recommend to people, that it's your job to make life of your recruiter easy. If you will make their life difficult by sending 5 pages CV, and your CV is not customized according to that job, and then you expect that that person will go through, you are the job seeker, you are on the receiving end, you have no time to customize your 5-page CV to make it according to the choice of your recruiter. And you expect that recruiter will do all the efforts to read 5 pages and think that, oh, Mr. ABC, you are the brilliant one, you are the only one in this world and I want to hire you. I'm sorry, we are not living in a fairy world. It doesn't happen.
Exactly. And then a quick tip here is that for all the listeners right now, whenever you look for opportunities, whenever you're exploring new opportunities, your job description is basically, if you have understood the job description properly, your job interview, you are already halfway through getting the first interview call, you're already halfway through get that the job opportunity. How and why, I'm going to tell you. So once you read this job description, sometimes you see there the employers or the hiring managers, they would write, this is the essential criteria and these are the desirable criteria. So in case if you have any of those desirable criteria, you have to highlight that in your profile as well. So sometimes, for example, employers, they would say you should be speaking fluent English, which is essential, but Arabic speaking or French speaking is highly desirable. So if you have that, put that top in your CV, to get the limelight, to get the spotlight that you already. So once they see, imagine if you see like the first page. So the very first thing they're going to see is the top page. So right there, like I can speak Arabic language, I can speak French language. And if they're looking out for a technical role and they say like, we are hiring for a software developer, in the essential criteria, you should be speaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 languages.
Yeah.
However, if you can develop programs or develop softwares, it's technical terminologies. I know that I may not be able to talk a lot on that, but for example, they say like you should be well versed in like desirable is that you can also code in these and these languages. So if you can, so why don't you highlight that top in your profile? Similarly in HR, so you're looking out for a HR officer role and you are in your home country right now, and you have the relevant experience in recruitment or in training and development, and you're looking out for opportunities in the UAE market, and you see in the desirable criteria, the employer asking that you should have a good knowledge of UAE labor laws. Obviously, they're asking that you should have a good knowledge. Now, you have to pay attention. A lot of job seekers, they say like, oh, they're asking that I should have the knowledge of UAE labor laws. It's just the knowledge you should have. The knowledge you can gain even in your home countries.
Yeah.
You can say, yes, I have the knowledge. And eventually, once they will interview you and they ask you different questions related to UAE labor laws, about termination, leave, salaries, and renewals, and blah, blah, blah things. So you will be in a position to at least answer those questions.
Yeah.
So rather than just making this assumption that the recruiters, they will not hire me, or the recruiters are biased, what efforts you are doing on your end to help the recruiter understand about your profile, and also that how you can take the lead. So make sure to pay attention to the job post, to the job description, and then take out the desirable criteria, which will eventually outshine your profile among the other applicants.
Amazing. Considering the time limitation, I would just like to summarize the things which we are talking about, job portals. People who are joining us late, you have always opportunity, go back and you can watch this video anytime when you're looking for a job or when you are comfortable. So today we are talking about job portals and how to use it effectively. Number one, be present on as many number of job portals you can. Number two, create and complete your profile on every job portal. Number three, keep your job portal on all job portals, keep your profile same. There should be symmetry of the photograph, your name, all qualification. Number four, do attach wherever the attachments are asked, like cover letter or CV. Number five, keep updating your profiles there whenever you go to the next job. On some, I have seen that some people are having 3 jobs last are not available on one platform, and others showing 3 others. So always keep it updating, including your attachment and your CV. That should be updated one. Number 6, please do consider there are not any spelling, grammar mistakes, and you are not using any language which is showing any kind of frustration, like I'm just looking for a job. Please help me to get a job, any job, right? No one, or any salary. So this was the 6th thing. Number 7 is be clear which role you are looking for. Right? I've seen that someone sent us a comment, probably it was Aisha. She's asked that she's holding 3 master's degree and she's not having any experience, and now she's not getting a job. So possibly she's overqualified. Look, Aisha, overqualified doesn't mean that how many qualifications you have. Overqualification means that are you meeting the criteria of that job? For that you are underqualified or overqualified. Possibly you are having 3 master's degree, maybe it could be in MBA, maybe it could be in finance, maybe it could be in customer services or procurement, as you have mentioned on your profile. So possibly the job which you are targeting, they are not looking for any of these. So then you will consider that because of my qualification, they are not hiring me. Then you have to be crystal clear, pinpoint, niche down what you want to do. Do you want to go in customer services? Do you want to go in procurement? Do you want to go in marketing and sales? you have to make life of your recruiter easy. If you will tell, it's same like we go to the restaurants, and when we see that it's a buffet and there are a lot of options, we always get confused.
Great example of that.
Exactly. And after that, what happens that we think that, oh yes, I'm over, I've eaten really a lot, but I missed that great item. I didn't pick that one. So same is, if you will go in front of your recruiter giving a lot of options, you are making them confused. So make their life easy. And now the last part is, you do not have any experience. I talked in one of my previous sessions that please, when you're in the last year of your university, try to get some volunteer work, some free of cost, where you can just go and work, some internships, some kind of work that, whether it's online or offline, from which you can gain some experience. Today, if you do not have any experience, make yourself open to work for anyone online or offline related to one particular area where you want to make your career, and offer people that I want to work for you without any money. Work for them 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, right? Anyhow, you are sitting at home.
And the best thing is that they can, if they are studying and they have a 2 months break, 3 months break, you can do multiple internships.
Exactly.
You can do multiple projects.
Exactly.
Rather than just focusing on one employer,
Exactly. So anyhow, if you're sitting at home, not doing anything, hoping that miracle will happen and you will get a job, that's not going to happen. Utilize your time sensibly and just go and do some of your internships, which will pay you back in the future. Exactly. I hope this was answer of your question. Anyone else who is having any question related to job portal, will be happy to answer
in this broadcast. All right, so I have two comments here. So Said Baloch, he is talking about SIRA certificate, SIRA, and he has asked, I have the knowledge of UAE labor laws, and I have worked as a PRO as well, but whenever I apply for the security jobs, they ask for SIRA certificates. Now, obviously, if you apply for some particular roles, which eventually will require you to be licensed, or you should have a sound knowledge, then you should get that certificate. Similarly, for example, in let's say as a doctor, you need to get that license. As an engineer, you need to be licensed to practice that. So as a security guard, yes, there are some trainings. When you go in health and safety, there are NIBOSH and those certifications that you should be well aware of. It's not just getting the certificate, but that you know the standards, you know the quality standard, you know the international standard, you know how to take into account each and everything when it comes to that particular job as a roadworks safety. So you should be, if you are a safety engineer, you should hold that certificate, which is your license to do that job. All right. So in case, if you're looking out for opportunity as a security guard and they require a certain certificate, for example, the use of arms, for example, use certain equipment. So for that, there will be a certificate. So just make sure that you either apply for the jobs where no certificate is required, or in case you're applying for jobs where a certification is mandatory, then you might have to go for the certification. The next we have from Fazul Hussain, can you suggest job portal for freshers, software developers? Now, this is a very, very good question. Now there are 3 tips. The one thing is that you just have to go on Google, and Google will tell you everything. If you just type like job portals for software developers, or job portals for IT engineers, job portal for computer engineers, job portal for web developers, job portals for computer engineers, just use this combination of different terminologies and you will find different job portal. The first thing. What you can also do is there are different job like freelancing platforms. Upwork, Fiverr, freelance.com, and there are like bunch of others. All right, that you can also Google. So rather than just focusing on the job portals, although they are posting different IT and software relevant roles, but you can also explore the opportunities on Upwork.com as well. If you're a software developer, there might be some assignments, short-term projects, or contractual jobs that you can take instead just focusing on the job portals. And third, what you can also do is to reach out to your university placement cell, because many students, they think that once they have graduated, they have they can no longer avail the opportunity to avail the services of their career cell or the placement cell. No, once you are graduated, you have even a strong bond, in my opinion, with your university, because you are the representative now in the market, out in the space for your alma mater, for your university. So you can always go back to your placement officer, career advisor, career cell, and tell like, hi sir, hi ma'am, I'm looking out for different opportunities or projects, because your career placement as a fresher, I'm talking about as a fresher, your career placement sell, because they are with the companies, they are speaking on daily basis with the employers to get the internships, to get those graduate programs, to get those management training programs. And your first job can be in the hands of your career advisors, who can potentially refer you to a multinational or to a bank or to a new startup. So just explore the opportunities. So just don't focus only on the job portals.
That's cool. We are in the last 3 minutes of our today's live session. If you'll be having any other question, feel free to throw us. I believe that we have answered most of your question, and we strongly believe that you will stay positive, you will stay motivated while you are searching your job, and try to figure out which portal is more suitable for your platform, which country you are, because some are standard. For example, 3, 4, if I'll just take the name, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, these are something Indeed, which you across the world, you can find opportunities in that. But if you are targeting some particular, for example, in UAE, here is Dubizal is one of them, right? Gulf Talent is another one. So maybe if you are looking for a job in Europe, then probably this will not be suitable for you. So you need to see that
regional
portals can be more helpful for you.
Exactly.
Keep on doing best of your work, and we are here always to assist you. Feel free, you can subscribe our channel, you can follow us.
You should.
Actually, you
because
should.
Adnan has some really good content on his channel, and obviously.
And Sohaib has Angry Bird, that's why you have to.
Otherwise, I'm going to get angry.
Yeah, exactly. No other option.
And subscribe to our channel for more future live broadcasts, because Adnan and I now, we don't live that far, so we're just like maybe 10-15 minutes drive. So we can arrange more and more topics. Let us know in the comments below in the live chat, if you're watching, what other topics you would like us to talk about. Maybe about UAE jobs, about Dubai jobs, about the recruiters, about recruiters' mindset, about companies in UAE. Maybe a more particular, for example, in the software industry, software sector, Expo jobs. Maybe we can do another session. What are the jobs available on Expo? So hit the subscribe button, hit the smash button, and don't forget to share this broadcast with your network connections and the link in your WhatsApp groups as well, to help more and more people. Until then, take care of yourself. God bless you, and be kind to yourself.
See you next one. Bye.